saving.
Chris, can you see us?
I do not want to be seen.
So just one thing, like, if y'all talk, it's like you get us fucked up talking conversation. So that's the only thing.
Yeah. No talking.
Well,
Y'all been live for exactly 30 seconds.
Sounds good. Keep talking then.
Whoops.
All right, y'all ready over there?
Hold on, is everybody timing it?
Neighbor, sponsor.
Let's do it.
Yeah, what time is it?
Hey, we're gonna get
I would time it.
1,000 likes on this.
1,000
I'm
likes.
gonna post it on my Facebook.
Oh, good. We'll get 2.
We'll see.
You don't even operate Facebook.
Lisa's gonna post it.
Oh, well, we'll make it 12.
You want to go shirtless or we stay?
Are we going to say clothes? Or
I don't know.
Now it's a problem.
I just say
it is a little hot down here in the Jolly
I don't
Fair.
know. It might look a little funny without 4 shirts on.
Probably
You know
needs
what
a
I'm
couple of slips.
So welcome into Off the Cleat. I believe we've only done one of these in the past month. Had some vacation. Was sick one week. Postponed Stumpfest. Pearman's here this week. So welcome back. Watching us do this thing. So obviously tonight we got the Nacho, or the Daddy, or whatever you want to call him. Jason Pearman from Nacho Daddy's
saying.
here.
Yeah, call me daddy, but it's going to cost money. But you're more welcome to.
Anybody want to donate?
Where's Joe Rogan? This is never mind. Go ahead.
We got Pearman here from Nacho Daddy, who has headlined every Stumpfest, and they're headlining again this year. Everybody loves them, and I love what they've done to help us out start Stumpfest. We'll get to that in a little bit. Mr. Bishop over here from Alpha Insurance has sponsored every Stumpfest. And my neighbor Michael Davis over here, who has put up with me stressing about every Stumpfest. So that's what we got. Everyone that's done everything with Stumpfest right here. So we're going to get into it. So obviously Saturday Stumpfest postponed to the 14th, doing on the 28th. The schedule's out there. I'm roughly, I want to say it's 11 to 6. We got Kenneth Shirley, South 31, Leah Slaughter with her full band that she has not told us the name of yet. She's going to announce it there. And then Nacho Daddy to close it out. We are watching the weather. It's much better forecast than on the 14th. And if anything happens, the worst I think we'll have to do is we may have to shorten a couple band times to end a little early. But I'm really confident we're going to get it in this week. The weather looks a lot better than on the 14th. So we're really good on that. And if we do that, we'll let you know maybe Friday night. This will come out on Thursday. We're doing it on Wednesday. So we're telling days of the week now. So we'll stop about that. We'll get into it. So what do you think, Mr. Pearman? You have done Stuntfest every year. Y'all were, Michael set it up the first year to get you. Y'all were so supportive, jumped into it. So what has that been like? Obviously, we can talk about the obvious things going from the old stage to the new stage was huge. I know you love that. But what's it been like being there initially? How crazy was it? What do you think to where we've got to now?
Let's start with the old stage. I want to hear the story.
Well, I mean, first of all,
I remember
a lot of people don't know this. I mean, Kenny Chesney has basically canceled every single year on you guys, and y'all keep coming back to us.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, and Kenny can keep on doing the stadium tours. We'll keep on doing Stumpfest.
Yeah. We'll build a sphere stage.
That's right, exactly. Let me tell you, I'm telling you right now, listen, I'm so proud of Nacho Daddy for the band, what we do, man. We are, let me just, a little bit of context. We are the Make-A-Wish of Alabama. We do the Huntsville shows, the Mobile shows. We do Birmingham. And we do a lot of club shows. We do a lot of private parties. We do weddings and everything. This show right here is the show that people ask us about all the time. They don't have to listen. We were going to Orlando. People don't ask us about that. They don't ask us about being in a Mobile. They don't ask us. They like, hey, that show, they were like out in the water and everybody's in the water. Tell us about that. I've had people from other lakes that have contacted me like, hey, we want to do that type of show. And I'm like, yeah, there's a lot more that goes into it than what you think, you know. So there's a lot of, that goes into it. And I know you guys know that, Bish and Michael and everything. So I think this thing has just grown and grown and grown. It is my favorite show that we get to do. It's chaotic. It's madness. But I believe that I have the best seat in the house by the time we get going.
Yeah.
And it's been great. We used to be on a small stage. It was about this big right here, and I would go home and at the end of the night, and I would feel like if you've been in a wave pool for all day, I would just sit there and be drunk from being out there, just not literally drunk. Well, okay, part of that is, but this I'm telling you, Stumpfest is it's something that you can't explain. And I just tell people you got to get there. It's like you can't get there unless you have a boat, or you have a friend with a boat, or you start sleeping with somebody with a boat. You know what I'm saying?
There
So
you go.
whatever you need to do,
There's three
you know,
options.
exactly.
Three options.
You know, so I mean that's it. Michael started sleeping with Lisa just so we could get out there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, me and my neighbor wasn't even up.
good deal for him, bad deal for her.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, but listen, man, it is something. I can't tell you how excited we are as Nacho Daddy to be back again. What is it, 7 years now?
7, I think this is the 8th. I think
This is the 8th year and everything. So just excited. So we appreciate everybody, you know, having us again and everything. And it's you see a lot of new faces that every year, but you see some of those same people that are out there and everything. And it is just it's a blast for us. So I hope we enjoyed it just as much as you guys did.
Oh, yeah, we love it, man. And like I said, from the get-go, when it was this crazy idea, you said other people from other lakes contact you, and you're like, well, it is a little more in-depth than you think it is. Well, that first year, it was definitely in-depth, but we had no clue we were doing. And y'all toughed it out, and y'all said, we're coming back next year. So I appreciate you toughing it through the learning curve we had. So we had a big one. We had a big one. And y'all were very positive and happy about it, and I'm probably too happy about it, honestly.
Yeah, listen, there's no shortage of fireball and cleavage out there in low water.
Yeah.
Those are two of my things. Now, the cleavage is mine that I'm talking about, but still, you know.
Well, it shows through that Skinner shirt.
It
we're
does,
here. You
really.
always
I mean,
wear
it
a Skinner shirt.
I was going to do a tube top this year, but I'm, you know, kind of weighing options and everything. So, but yeah, it's an absolute blast. I think the thing about it, I mentioned other lakes that have contacted about doing this. They're usually not like, you know, the Lake Boat Club, right? I mean, it is
Delinquents?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
You know? But it's usually like some, you know, like just some homeowner, or maybe there's a guy that owns a bar on the lake or something, and they want to do this. So it's like, guys, there's no way one person or two people can do this. Like it takes you have no clue. I know people, you know, we talk to you all the time. I know we work with Mike Bish has been sponsoring it, but listen, there's so many people that the camera's not even picking up here that are part of putting this on and everything. And it takes a village to do it. And these other places, they just don't realize it. I'm not saying, you know, these other lakes aren't, you know, don't have the fellowship and familyship. And
they're going to challenge us.
Yes, but I will tell you, it really shows what Lay Lake is. And, you know, just the community that here, and I hope everybody has a great time. You know, and there's so many different acts that come and everything. So anyway, just a blast for us.
Yeah, I'll jump to Bishop right over this, but talking about acts, you know, somebody that's super famous in the music industry played the second year at Stumpfest. You remember that? You remember who that is? Second year played. She is extremely famous right now in the music industry.
Is it Ella Langley?
Yeah. She played Stumpfest the second year. Yeah.
Are you kidding
We
me?
springboarded a career.
How about
I
that?
thought you were about to say Billy Joel. Or Kenny Chess.
Do we have video of that?
There's one drone shot of her on stage. That's all I've ever seen.
Did she see me jump in the water without my shirt on?
No, she left. She had another show that night. Yeah, that's probably a good thing she left.
Could we film that? Maybe get that to her.
You know, she was going to come back year 3 and got booked on a tour. I believe it was in Europe or something, and had to cancel. So right when she was starting to, you know, blow up. Yeah, so we had.
I'd like to start some rumors about me and her. If that's
Yeah.
okay. Are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with
Well,
that.
You gonna jump on the phone?
Yeah. Can we rewind this? Yes, I remember when she was there for some years. Jason, her and I had just gotten off the boat. And,
Hey, the funny thing is, when I did call Jason, I was like, "Hey, Jason, my neighbor Jason, we're doing this Lay Boat Club. Jason made me sweat. Jason Gunnels made me sweat for 8 hours putting screws in that deck." And I'm like, and then we stepped on it, and it was rocking back and forth. And he's like, "It's okay. We got 50-gallon drums to put under." I'm like, "All right." So I called Pearman, and I'm like, "Pearman, man, we need you to play." He's like, "So get this straight, Mike. We're playing on the stage that floats." I'm like, "Yeah, Jason, we're gonna do that." And he's like, "Well, I think I need to step on this stage with my equipment." So we brought him over. You remember? He brought him over. He's walking around the stage jumping. He's like, "I ain't so sure about this, guys, with all our equipment and stuff." And I'm like, "Jason, it's gonna be all right." He goes, all right, Davis, we're gonna make it work." And I'm like, "All right, let's make it work." And it worked. It was
I think we did 2 years of that. Then we decided it was time to get a legit stage.
Yeah, of course. I mean, after Ella played.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
Yeah, and Kitty keeps turning us down. So.
You know.
But all right, Bishop, on to you, my man. So I don't remember exactly how this happened, but the first year you said, I'm sponsored and I'm going, and you've done it every year. You sponsor something for Stumpfest every year. Other people say, "Hey, I want to sponsor." I'm like, "Nope." Just like you guys. please, first right of refusal, because y'all did it. It don't matter if we do get Kenny Chesney. I don't care. What y'all did to start it is definitely appreciated and respected. So first right of refusal always goes to y'all, no matter what the dollar sign is offered. Unless they're going to pay for Chesney, then we'll discuss it. But so what did you think when year one, when you're just like, oh, this sounds like a good idea?
Well, when we started that whole deal, I remember us thinking, is this going to work? Is anybody going to show up? Are we going to have people there? Is the staff? I mean, everything, all that stuff runs through your mind. And it's really gone off incredibly well every year we've done it.
Yeah.
And the boat club, I do the easy part, writing the check, and Alpha's been great to us, helping me pay for everything.
Been great to me
as far as
too.
the bands, yep. And a shameless plug. And
I'm floored in my
they
house.
keep me on the payroll, so that's another plus. But no, the people here in this room and the people outside this room aren't here with us. They do the hard work. And Pearman, these guys, just super talented. Everywhere you go and hear Nacho Daddy, it's just like Stumpfest. I've never heard them. I've heard them in multiple settings all over, and it's always a great party. Having Nacho Daddy there was probably one of the best things we ever did for Stumpfest.
I agree.
And we're gonna make Kenny Chesney open for
Oh, he'll
Nacho
be
Daddy.
He'll be
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He'll be
And that makes sense.
Jason,
Maybe he
has
can
a
close out and do one with you at the end. You know?
Yeah, I mean, we could do that.
and look,
He
when the
come out for
boat
revival.
club stepped up the stage and got the musical equipment, so it's plug and play, because everybody remembers it used to take a freaking hour.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
first year y'all brought your
We're getting
speakers.
them
Yeah,
out there
we
on
did our
Zoom.
PA.
Oh,
They
yeah.
brought all the
He
audio
was
equipment
worried
first year, and
about
maybe the second, and then it was an issue with the heat out there because there was no shade on the old stage, and Jared's equipment was overheating.
Yeah.
And I decided that, so we're starting to buy stuff, and through donations from many people. We actually have those plaques across the front of the stage. You'll see the car tags kind of say who helped donate stuff to build the stage and supply the equipment. You'll see that Saturday, but over about 2 years, people donated money, and we were about 15 to 18 grand worth of sound equipment the boat club owns.
Yeah, we stole some stuff from Deputy 5 too.
Yeah, that's
We got,
I called Greg.
yeah, we got on a little sauce and everything. Greg left his trailer unlocked.
Yeah.
The July 4th concert turned out bad for him.
Yeah, I mean,
That was called a donation.
hey, Greg, how about put a lock on the door?
Yeah.
Did he get a receipt for that?
Well,
Look,
yeah.
Jason, we were friends in high school, man. We were friends.
I just saw Greg last Friday at pub and everything. Went and sat in with them guys. Loved Deputy 5.
Yeah, they're actually playing. They're not playing where they've played the past several years off and on at the McBrayers right there by Bozo's,
Yeah.
between Bozo's and Lacusa. They're playing somewhere downriver by the dam July 5th, I think. I think it's the 5th, not the 4th. So they're playing on the lake.
Yeah.
I believe on somebody's property on land and playing. Now there's no floating stage involved because there's no Nacho to jump off of it. But
Well, not yet.
Yeah.
You know, so they, but
he may bribe you since you stole the speakers.
Has anybody got a flyover lined up for this year?
oh,
We
that
do.
was so cool last
We do.
year.
Good.
Chris ruined the surprise.
Okay.
There is a flyover schedule. I don't think it's not F-35s.
Is it B-2 bombers,
No.
bunker busters, anything?
Stunt busters?
Stunt busters.
No, we do have. I think we do have a flyover schedule with some local guys in float planes. Be 3 or 4 of them, I think, possibly. That's still correct. We actually almost had the F-35s. I believe it is out of Montgomery.
Oh.
Is that in Montgomery?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was that. We were
So literally, the government cut the expendable budget to do shit like
Damn
that.
Doge.
Yeah, those guys.
Damn it, Elon.
So we literally talked to I think it was the ranking officer in the flight squadron, talked to a mutual friend of ours at the airport, not Chris, oddly enough, but he was like, we would 100% do it because we love burning fuel. They love flying in planes, but their cuts allowed them they go and do it like certified practice things. So we almost had F-35s, which would have been crazy,
Oh my God.
but we should have a flow.
If y'all remember when we had those transport planes,
C-130s.
C-130s come over, it couldn't have been timed up.
They're Sweet Home Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama. It was just like they had practiced it and rehearsed.
Dude, that whole day, everybody kept asking me, "Did you do this? You do this?" I respect and thank y'all for thinking I have that kind of authority and know-how. And I told all of y'all that day I can't discuss it, but I did not have anything to do with it. They were just on a training mission, and they down the road somebody talked to somebody. They said, "Oh, we just saw y'all and figured we'd bank and look and see what's going on." So I did tell her that day I can't talk about it, but
They did a double. They came back by.
Yeah.
Remember we
Yeah,
had
they
two,
did, yeah.
and then
Yeah.
two more came over
They
a
sure
couple hours
did.
later.
And everybody
The
was
first two
like,
were really
wow.
low. The second two were not close up. But yeah. There's Rod's got the video of that. He was standing on the front of his patrol boat, and I was talking. It was like, second year of Stumpfest, maybe third. I don't know. We may have the new stage then. I don't remember.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, second year then probably. And he goes, "Holy crap!" He pointed at the trees. There was planes coming over the tree. Usually you go up here when you see a plane. But he got his phone out, and his videos then just coming right by. He
That was
videoed it.
awesome.
That was cool. You can look it up on the boat club and search for his, but search for like C-130 or Fly Over or something.
Yeah.
It will pull up. It is such a cool video to watch.
It was awesome.
You'll see some
You got any more of that sweet tea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, hold on, Jason.
You gotta ring that here.
That is the.
This is just like the Rogan show. If somebody passes around
Just saying.
smokes or something later, I
Is
don't
that
know.
some of that sun tea that's been sitting out there in the sun?
It's unsweet. Unsweet. Need some ice there, buddy?
No.
You know, iced tea?
Oh, this is nature's candy right here.
Give it back. Here,
I'm
pass
sipping
that
on
to the producer.
Pass it, Bob.
Man, producer get on my nerves.
But Chris actually, didn't Chris, not only is he the man behind the camera, didn't he actually show a band's?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, it's true. For many years, Chris actually
Yeah.
picked up a lot of the band members coming out. We've started talking to him a little bit more and saying, hey, if you got a boat, please come so that we can let Chris stay with us and bother us more. But other than that, Chris has done a killer job the past
Another behind the scenes.
but
he
7-8 years pulling up his boat to the back of the stage, unloading bands, artists, and then taking them back. So he's missed a lot of stuff that's actually doing that. So good job, buddy. He has.
Love
He
you,
has.
man. I do for you.
In that case, this year,
The good Jason.
Chris will ferry everybody back home. Yeah, it's another person like you mentioned, all people that do stuff, and he's running people back and forth without missing a show. So yeah, good job. It's
Well,
crazy.
listen, I think that's one of the things is I know sometimes when you get it going and everything, like what time do you guys leave in the morning? Like to
We'll-
the stage?
We will leave.
5?
So if we leave his house, Kristen and Mike's house, it's about 4:35. Leaving here about 5:30 or 6.
Right.
But yeah, it's roughly from my house to there is roughly 2.5 hours to the
Hopefully
stage.
no boat trouble.
And
Oh, yeah, I
Michael
blew a
has
motor
to-
one year.
And Michael has to come help with that, Jason. That's why I stick around.
But yeah, that kind of piggybacks into like why we postponed because there were some storms scheduled in the morning, which we can work around that. We could take a stage down the river and unload it at Bozo's or La Cusa, and we could cut some of that out. But there were storms in the evening, and so we got a 3-hour ride home with gear and all that. So that's kind of what some of the decisions we make.
Well,
Because
I think that's what people miss, man. It's like everything that, like all of the merchandise that you guys have got. I was seeing some up there earlier.
All the girls up there packing stuff in
Yes.
Ziploc bags, so don't get
100%,
wet at
like
the
it's
lake.
Wednesday night, and they're having to pack stuff up and get it
Yeah.
ready and everything.
Yeah.
Listen, and then here's the thing that sucks. I mean, once the show's over, once the fat man jumps in the water, okay, and the show is over, you got to haul that stuff back, and you got to bring it up the stairs, and you got to, and that's the thing. While everybody else is, going home eating their barbecue and sipping on their cold
Well,
beer,
that's what you do
I mean,
in my house.
So it's kind of
Well,
funny.
listen, I do. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I'll sit
Well,
back and drink.
Well, you're right. So since then, I now have a golf cart path at my house, but for several years, it was your son
like
and
grab
your
a speaker
son
and start.
and all these Alabaster Thompson
Yeah.
boys would come down for Stumpfest, and when they got
Oh,
done,
anchors.
it was get all that crap off that stage up the stairs,
Yeah.
and my stairs were nightmares.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We
Nightmares.
would just
They-
lay there.
They pulled anchors, and those anchors guys are.
Yeah, please come pull those again. We can
Yeah.
have it.
All those kids from Alabaster, every one of them jumped up,
For
pulled
years.
the anchors, loaded them up. Then we got back here, they carried all that equipment up the hill. And Jason just got through telling you how much equipment he has now. So we need some help. No, we don't need help carrying up the hill now, right? We got a mule.
Oh, we got a mule.
We got a mule. We
Got a path
all
and a
the
mule.
kids have gotten older and they're
Can't
gone.
hide.
Can't
Yeah,
hide.
money.
Oh God, here we go.
I'm glad Michael's
Here
on
we
set.
go.
I think you're talking about
Here
Bishop.
we go. Yeah, Bishop. That's what we're
That's
talking
the Elon of late
about.
age.
No. God, I know this is.
You got some humanoid robots or something?
No,
What the
no,
hell?
no. I don't even have an electric bed. Can't afford one.
Electric what?
Bed. I can't.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why you got a turbo. These are cheaper.
That's his wife's turbo.
Oh yeah. Oh, the audience is talking. It's getting violent in here now.
This iced tea will make you sweat.
Yeah.
Well,
No, that's called Alabama weather.
Got a lane to it. Good. Though.
Yeah. It's not quite Milo's, is it?
No, it's not Milo's. You
All right, so how long have we been going?
No, only 18 minutes. What's everybody's
Oh,
best
we're plenty of
Stumpfest,
time
though?
left.
I want to
Oh,
hear
there
what
we go.
everybody's
Good question.
best
So,
Stumpfest.
best Stumpfest experience. Michael, start with you.
Best Stumpfest experience. That's a good one. There's been a lot of great ones, and all in all, we haven't had no bad ones. So I think every year I enjoy it. I really do.
Well, that's a bullshit CEO answer. Best Stumpfest memory. Go. Come
Well,
on.
if I want to talk about the best, the first one, like I told you, when Jason came to the house and was like, I ain't so sure we get all our equipment on the stage and he's stepping on it, but we made it happen. That was probably my best experience.
So just pulling it off was your
It's
best
pulling
experience.
off the first year, and after that, it's been great every year. I mean, we've had a few issues here and there, but everybody's been safe and had a great time.
So my best experience relative to you, and I'll do each one of y'all. My best relative to you is probably year 2. Because year 2, like the week before Stumpfest, you started asking me, what do we need to do? What do we do? What do we do? Da, 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 da. The first year you were like, yeah, let's go. But ever since then, you have been so like in my ear, like what I need to do. I can do this. What I do that. So that's my best experience related to you is how much you have given and tried to help over the years. That's my favorite Stumpfest experience, memory relative to how you are.
Yeah, I'm the guy on the fly. Jason,
Yep.
I help with the Lele Boat Club when I can. I'm a busy guy. So when Jason needs me and I'm available, or Debbie or Chris, the Lele Boat Club needs me, I step up. I'm behind the scenes a lot of the times.
Well, I think what you said, you're busy. You have a busy job, busy life, and then, but I think maybe that's what I'm trying to say is you carve time out of that, and always been like, hey, what the hell do you need?
Yep.
So that's my favorite Stumpfest experience about you is how much you give and try and help. So Bishop, what is your favorite Stumpfest
My favorite
experience?
Stumpfest story, and I don't remember what year it was. I think it was 2 years ago. But everybody that puts it on is stressed out about a fight breaking out, about somebody getting hurt, about the weather. So it's a stressful day for everybody. The ladies that they're there, but they have to open up the merchandise store at certain times. You guys do the music, you guys performing, getting all that stuff switched out. So that at the end of the day, when it goes off, and we have one of those years where there's been no fights, nobody's boat got messed up, there's no storms, everything's went off, everybody takes a sigh of relief. And I think it was 2 years ago, we were pulling the stage back, we had my boat on one side, and I think Jason's or Bradley's boat was on the other side. And we were coming back, and everybody had been out there all day, and you're having fun, but you're stressed out too. And the dang party broke out.
That was the day my motor blew. So
That was the day
Bradley's
the
boat
motor
and your
blew.
boat.
Okay.
Yes.
So a party broke out on the stage, towing it back at, 11 or 12 o'clock at night. You have to go 4 miles an hour on the stage. So it takes a minute to get up here. And a party broke out, and everybody just had that sense of relief. It was over,
Yeah.
and everybody could just relax and be free. And it was really a better party almost than the actual Stumpfest was. That's
Yeah.
probably my favorite memory.
Absolutely, that's a good one because there is a lot of stress in that.
My favorite memory.
We started I remember people were so worried about them being festive and dancing on the stage. We started throwing out orange life jackets.
Oh God.
And making people
Don't
put
say
the
this in
orange
public.
life jackets. Yeah. And man overboard at 4 miles an hour.
Yeah, where are they gonna go, right?
Oh, I got a favorite one.
So my favorite Bishop Stumpfest story is
My George.
you do what?
My George.
Your George. Well,
You do that.
honorable mention
Honorable mention.
was this tea. Like real tea, not pyramid tea. Like real tea.
This is good stuff right here.
Did somebody give me
I'm
any?
gonna take some out home when I leave here.
Yeah, does any? So my favorite Bishop story was he mentioned sometimes there's some idiots, people act stupid. There was a scuffle in the water. There was a big guy out there. Thank you. And I went out there and I grabbed him and I tried to break it up and stuff like that. And he was not in a good mood. And I pulled him into me and I was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "You know what your problem is?" He said, "What?" I said, "You thought you'd be the biggest SOB here, and then you saw me." And he went crazy. He was acting stupid. And then I walked up to Bishop, and Bishop goes, "Well, what'd you say to so and so?" And I told him, and he goes, "I don't know, that worked."
Yeah.
So that whole trauma, like fight thing that happened, it's whatever. But that's pretty funny. I think about it all the time. 'Cause that dude probably could have beat the crap out of me. If we're on dry ground, I was done.
Yeah, it's a big boy. I
So
tell you,
the Stumpfest
yeah,
is canceled.
And again,
speech.
we just want everybody to have a good time. That's why we
Alright.
put this.
So, Pearman, what is your favorite Stumpfest experience?
Probably Stumpfest too. Ellen Langley and I were hanging out. And then, no, you know what? So here's the thing.
Somebody
about
told him a
Stumpfest.
softball just then? We got racquetball. I can't
Hey,
tell.
we're trying to have, I'm not gonna interrupt the story, but I am. We're trying to have another celebrity. You know, Cam Cummins played there. And he's really
He's
doing
blowing up.
good. He's
Played
blowing
in
up
Europe.
in Nashville.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, so we might have another one there before long.
Yep.
That's playing
Oh.
Stumpfest.
Now, Kip and Ian, here we go. We'll kick
Just
this.
say,
We gotta
Sorry.
get Kenneth on that directive. That is the most entertaining.
I think
So
the thing
look
about
at that.
Stumpfest, man, is every single year my family's been able to attend. And so, and this is until the big guy gets a few of these in him and starts, getting a little foul language in it. It is a family event. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now it's a family event. It's a PG-13 event.
Yeah.
Let's be
Maybe
honest
ours.
about what it is. But my favorite was probably 2 years ago and everything. And listen, as much as we all love to think that we were cool in high school, we were cool in college, or we were this, that, and the other, to our kids, we sometimes are not very cool. But it was one that both of my boys were there. And man, it's a great Stumpfest, and I jump in the water. When you jump in the water, I'm doing the old belly flop, and I come up and I've got the water in my eyes, and the first two dudes I see is my son Ben and my son Alex.
Really?
And it wasn't just like, hey, that they hugged me and they were like, you were awesome, you were freaking out. Like, dude, like it kind of gets me a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like, because let me tell you what, that don't happen at the Pearman house every day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
You're cool again, right?
yeah, I was cool that day. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
So, but that's one of my favorite memories and everything. But they're just every year, man. There's something different.
Yeah.
Like it's just something different, and there are different people that you get to see, and it is just man, I love it. Me and Jerry were talking about it, like we were like, man, are we gonna get rained out? Are we gonna get rained out? So
We're going to hammer down right now.
Yeah.
Right now we're going.
no, we're good. I'm
We're
talking
going.
about like when we had it scheduled before, but but that's probably my favorite memory. Yeah, other
Good point about the family.
yeah, absolutely.
We all have family out there.
My favorite memory related to Pearman and Stumpfest was, I don't know if it was last year or the year before. I can't remember. I think it was last year. Y'all were playing and it's towards the end, and Jared said something to me that triggered me to come up to the mic in the middle of y'all show, which I can't sing. Y'all heard me sing. It's not good. And I don't know, the conversation me and Jared were talking, you made a comment to me, and y'all went off to Zach Bryan revival.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then somehow
Yeah.
y'all had Bishop shoved up there.
Yeah.
So
We
y'all
called Bishop up here. We wanted Bishop to sing
Yeah,
with us. We were gonna get
yeah, you had planned that, and I had no clue how we paid attention or something what was going on. So you playing that, I love that song. It's cool meaning, and I'm sure the mic was turned way down on our mic.
Oh, listen, when you came up here, I turned to Jared and I said, just turn the mic.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, Jason won't know, and we won't tell him until a couple of years from now when we do a podcast.
That's my coolest for you. Made this like carved out this stuff in y'all show
Can I get one of these
to
waters?
mess with me and do that, and that song was awesome. And that's my favorite memory of you actually at an event. Asterisk with the fact that you agreed to do it
No, but
the first year with that idiot
Well,
convincing you.
we wanted to try to get everybody from LLBC to get up there and everything, but listen, the stage is bigger. It just ain't that big yet. You know what I'm saying? So,
Get there.
yeah, it's getting there, right? Give it time and everything. So, but man, lots of great memories. Listen, I made this post last year, and it was, I think it was Friday night. I said, and it was on my personal page, and I'm not so daddy. And it was me.
Oh, so it didn't have a rhyme about a bar that you're at?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was me, my wife Nikki, and my two boys were over, and we were sitting down at dinner and everything, and we were going through logistics about Stumpfest. Benjamin, or who are you riding with? Alex, who are you getting there with? You riding with somebody else? Okay, what time are you getting there? We talked about pop top times. Because listen, if you're going to Stumpfest, you can't pop these at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, you can't get in the fireball until it gets, until the second act is over with. Okay,
Yeah.
like we were having all these logistics, but I made a post. It was like, that's how you know this is what it means to kind of our families and everything like that. How fun it is for us when we're sitting there the night before, just chewing the fat, man, just talking about what it's going to be like tomorrow at Stumpfest.
Yeah, man, that's kind of crazy to hear you say that. Like, I guess I never thought about it that way. How much people actually like enjoy it. I know, like you said, you had fun, but like you talking about, like, oh, the day before we're doing this. That's kind of crazy to think about that everybody here, y'all guys, everybody in the room, and there's about 40 people not here, have volunteered and done this and turned this event into something that people sit down around, probably queso dip or something, hanging out
right.
and talk about when you get there, when you taking your first beer, how you getting home. You got any scuba gears, a helicopter picking you up, That's pretty cool to actually hear. I've never thought about it that way. Like that.
But you have people that come from out of town sometimes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I've got buddies from Birmingham that come here. They came 2 weeks ago and stayed the weekend. They're coming back. They'll be here tomorrow night and Friday morning. But yeah, it has actually turned into something that people like.
Yeah.
I mean, look forward to, and all that stuff. It's kind of crazy.
Jason, when you canceled a little bit early and told everybody,
It was called Postpone, Neighbor.
Well, okay, my bad. It was
good.
postponed. We had talked about it. Hey, you need to let everybody know because everybody had their families and friends all lined up.
Yeah, that is a good point. That's why we
And
canceled.
bought sandwiches and had food prepared.
That's why we canceled on Thursday. It was actually Michael's advice. Everybody had plans to come down, like Pearman's talking about, and so we went and called it on Thursday last time rather than Friday because we don't let people change their plans, do something else. So yeah, that's true. But we've been about 30 minutes, and if we try to keep it to, so we're going to do a couple things. One, we have flags back in stock right here, double-sided, spin it around, show them both sides. Real nice, like the ones you put on your window to go to the Alabama games, not Auburn games. We got flags again, first time in 4 years.
We're doing that.
We're closing out. Go ahead. What do you got to say? Come on.
Nacho Daddy wants to.
Oh, sorry. I've insulted the Nacho.
He wants to run more than he wants.
I'll tell you what. The shirt we did over here is more. It's still blue. It's not Auburn blue. We have a blue. There's some orange right there. So this is the shirt. This is the shirt for Auburn fans. Right here. We've got the Stumpfest shirt this year. Debbie designed it. Kathy, the farm company, printed it. It's very similar to last year's. Got the stump. Literally contacting the prop.
That's your soft cotton right there.
That's the soft gun. That's the guy you like right there. But let's get that up there.
I'm going to pair of drawers out of this.
So guys, we'll see y'all Saturday morning between 8 and 9 roughly. If we have to change anything, we'll post it Friday night. You'll see this on Thursday. Love y'all.
Kenny kicking us off.
Two more
11:30,
sleeps.
Kenny
2 more sleeps by the time I'll see
Kenny
you.
may be there Sunday. Sunday.
Okay.
Kenny. Day after.
Sunday.
No, I'm talking about Kenny Shirt on Saturday. Kenneth is kicking us
Oh,
off.
we're
Is that
having
Kenny or Kenneth?
We're having guest entertainers too. Surprise entertainers, aren't we?
Do it. Oh yeah, we do have some early ones before Kenneth. So we got a surprise before Kenneth. Kenneth, South 31, Leah Slaughter with her band. She won't tell me the name of. She's got a name there, and then the Nacho.
The pressure's on to make it big next.
Yeah.
What band will make it big next?
Did you tell him about President Trump coming to announce this?
Surprise, Jason.
Air Force One's got a float plane.
Because he ain't busy doing nothing else.
No.
Oh, been a busy week.
We just got back to the Netherlands. He texted me a minute ago.
Dude,
He's gonna parachute.
if we could get President Trump and Kenny Chesney,
It may be a big show then.
Yeah.
All right. Before next year, me and Pearman are going to talk about this. We're going to put together a spreadsheet, some ideas, and source some funding.
gotcha.
You good?
I'm good.
So thank y'all. We'll see y'all. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll see y'all Saturday morning at Stumpfest.